Walmart just quietly dropped the prices on 13 items to levels you'll never see again. Some of these big-ticket items are so cheap that even the store employees are surprised when they scan them. The question is, do you buy today or do you wait until next month and pay double for the exact same item? You'd be awesome if you subscribed and liked this video. 1. Portable ice maker. Ever had to run to the convenience store for a bag of ice at the last minute before a party? Walmart is selling a portable ice maker priced between $80 and $120, depending on the model and capacity you pick. Compare that to a fridge with a built-in ice maker, where that part alone can cost several $100s to repair, and this price is a fraction of that, with no installation guy needed. The design is compact and runs quiet, fitting right on your kitchen counter or coming along for camping trips and outdoor parties. Most models take just 6 to 9 minutes to produce the first batch of ice and can keep churning out about 26 pounds of ice a day, enough for a backyard party of around 20 guests without stockpiling ice ahead of time. The ice comes out as small bullet-shaped pieces that melt slower than regular ice tray cubes, and the internal bin holds about 1.5 pounds at a time before you need to dump it into a separate container to keep making more. Holiday party season is coming up fast, and this is exactly the kind of appliance that sells out the moment the weather turns cool and family gatherings start piling up on the calendar. Last year, the same type of portable ice maker was regularly selling for over $150, sometimes close to $200 if you bought it from a premium home goods store or an online retailer tacking on shipping fees because these machines are pretty heavy. Walmart bringing the price under $120 is basically a clearance move to move inventory before the new lineup launches early next year. For families hosting backyard parties, family gatherings, or birthdays, having your own ice maker means no more guests showing up to find the freezer ice already melted, or someone having to run out mid-party for more. Once this batch sells out, don't be surprised if next month you're paying an extra $50 for the same model somewhere else, and you might even have to pre-order and wait a few weeks to get it. 2. Memory foam pillow. Bad sleep isn't always about the mattress. A lot of the time, the real culprit is sitting right under your head every single night. Walmart is selling memory foam pillows for just $10 to $20, a price you used to pay 3 times over at specialty bedding stores. Memory foam contours to the curves of your neck and shoulders, taking pressure off the points that matter, something a regular cotton pillow can't do after a few months, since it flattens out and loses its shape after just a few dozen washes. A lot of the pillows in this price range carry CertiPure US certification, meaning the foam is free of harmful blowing agents and heavy metals, a detail shoppers often overlook, but that matters a lot for people with sensitive skin or allergies. This is the kind of product people tend to skip over while shopping because it's not flashy like a fridge or a massage chair, but it directly affects your health every single night, 7 nights a week. Plenty of users say they notice the difference after just 3 to 5 nights of switching from a cotton pillow to memory foam, with morning neck pain easing up noticeably. Comparable quality pillows at sleep furniture chains usually run $40 to $60 a piece, and premium versions with a cooling gel layer can run as high as $80. Getting one for under $20 at Walmart right now is a real markdown compared to the going rate, and these deals usually only show up during seasonal clearance, mainly at the end of each quarter when stores need to clear shelf space for new stock. If you've been waking up with a sore neck or stiff shoulders, this is one of the smallest investments on this list that pays off the most. Don't let the low price fool you into thinking it's not important, because a pillow is something you use every single night, all year round, while a lot of the other items on this list only get used a few times a month. But hold on, the next item might make you rethink dropping $1,000 on a living room chair. 3. Zero gravity massage recliner. A fully featured massage chair usually starts around $900, sometimes running up to $1,200 if you're shopping at a specialty relaxation furniture store or a home spa showroom. Walmart is selling a zero-gravity recliner with real heat and back support features, not the kind that just gives a weak little buzz, for $236.99. That's not a rounded-off estimate, that's the actual price on the shelf tag right now. The zero-gravity position takes pressure off your spine, something physical therapists often recommend for people who sit at a desk all day or older adults dealing with lower back pain by raising your legs level with or above your heart to reduce the load on your discs. The built-in heat function warms up your lower back, helping with circulation on cold nights, which is especially useful for anyone dealing with arthritis or stiff muscles in the winter. These chairs typically come with 3 to 4 different massage vibration settings for your back and glutes and can hold up to 295 pounds, enough for most adults without creaking after a few months of use. The frame is wrapped in waterproof faux leather that's easy to wipe down, which works well for households with kids or pets that like to jump on the furniture. At less than a quarter of the usual retail price, this is something you should think about grabbing now instead of waiting, because bulky items like this rarely get restocked in full once they sell out, since shipping a piece that weighs close to 80 pounds tends to delay restocking for weeks. Traditional furniture stores almost never discount comparable chairs this deep, since they still have to protect margins for their distributors and cover showroom display costs. If your living room is missing a relaxation corner, now's the time to act, not the time to save it for your next shopping trip. 4. Gaylan's 3.1 cubic feet retro mini fridge with freezer. Have you noticed a premium coffee maker now runs close to $150? Walmart is selling a retro-style Gaylan's mini fridge, 3.1 cubic feet with its own separate freezer compartment, priced between $138 and $174 depending on the color and location. In other words, you're paying about the same as a coffee machine for a fully functioning fridge that holds around 40 cans of soda plus a few boxes of frozen food in its own compartment. The retro design with metal handles and pastel colors like teal, burgundy, or cream is a decor trend popular with younger families and older adults alike, whether it's for a bedroom, a home office, or an outdoor entertaining space. The fridge runs on pretty low power, usually around 110 watts, meaning running it non-stop for a month barely adds anything noticeable to your electric bill. A separate freezer compartment is a big advantage over most mini fridges in this price range, which usually only have one general cooling area that isn't cold enough to keep food frozen for more than a few hours. In the past, finding a mini fridge with a real freezer compartment meant spending over $200, not counting shipping, since it's a bulky item weighing around 40 pounds. Walmart bringing the price under $150 for most of the color options is rare, especially with back-to-school and moving season coming up when demand for a secondary fridge spikes for dorm rooms or a kid's first apartment. But wait, the next item has to do with where you rest your head every night, and the price gap here might make you rethink your whole bedroom. 5. Better Homes and Gardens Modern Farmhouse Queen Bed Frame. A lot of bed frames under $300 you've seen before share the same problem. They start creaking after a few months, or they wobble so much you end up wedging bricks under the legs just to keep them steady. Walmart is selling a queen-size bed frame from the Better Homes and Gardens Modern Farmhouse line for $249 to $299. And it's one of the few options at this price point that actually looks like premium furniture instead of something thrown together at home. The dark wood tones combined with an upholstered headboard standing about 47 inches tall give it an upscale feel, working well for a master bedroom or even a guest room for family staying over the holidays. The reinforced steel frame underneath with center support rails holds up much better than the typical particle board frame, which is usually the main reason beds start creaking and breaking down, especially with couples or families with kids who like to jump on the bed in the morning. A bed frame with comparable design and durability at specialty furniture stores usually starts above $400, not including delivery for a bulky item like this, which typically adds another $50 to $70 depending on distance. Bedroom furniture rarely gets deep discounts outside of the year-end holiday season, so when you see a price under $300 for a frame that looks like this, it's usually a sign the store is clearing inventory to make room for next season's lineup. 6. HEPA air purifier. The air in your home is dirtier than you think, especially during pollen season or when dry weather kicks up dust that settles into your curtains and carpets. Walmart is selling an air purifier with a genuine HEPA filter, capturing 99.97% of fine particles in the air, starting at just $39. That's one of the best prices you'll find anywhere this season for a device with true HEPA filtration, not the kind that just slaps the label on, but only has a thin piece of fabric inside that doesn't actually filter much of anything. For older adults with respiratory issues or families with kids dealing with seasonal allergies, a purifier in the bedroom can make a real difference after just a few nights, cutting down on morning sneezing and that stuffy feeling when you wake up. A lot of the models in this price range cover rooms of about 200 to 300 square feet, enough for a master bedroom or a medium-sized living room, and the filter usually needs replacing after 6 to 8 months of continuous use. True HEPA purifiers at specialty health equipment stores usually start above $100, sometimes $150 for similar coverage for a medium bedroom. Getting one for $39 to $59, depending on power, is a massive gap compared to the going rate. And deals like this usually don't last more than a season since demand spikes the moment the weather turns. If you've been holding off thinking an air purifier is a luxury item, this is the moment where price is no longer an excuse to wait. You'd think holiday season snacks wouldn't count as a major deal. The next item will make you rethink how much you're spending on your regular morning drink. 7. Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Frappuccino 12-pack. A pumpkin spice frappuccino from the coffee shop usually runs you about $4 a cup, not counting tip or the time spent standing in line during a busy morning, adding up to close to $20 a week just on that one drink. Walmart is selling a full 12-pack of bottled Starbucks Pumpkin Spice Frappuccino for $25 to $30, which works out to less than $2.50 a bottle, less than half of what you'd pay at the coffee shop. Each bottle holds 9.5 ounces with a shelf life that usually stretches for several months from the production date, so you can easily stock up a whole case in the fridge without worrying about it going bad before you finish it. This is a seasonal drink that only hits the shelves in the fall, and once it's gone, you'll have to wait until next year to get it again. There's no midwinter restock since this recipe is made specifically for the holiday season. For families with a morning coffee habit, keeping a case in the fridge saves time and money, especially on busy weekends when there's no time to swing by a coffee shop or mornings when you're rushing to get the kids to school. Retail prices for name-brand bottled drinks don't usually drop much since the margins are already thin, so Walmart bringing it down to this level is a sign the store is pushing out seasonal stock before switching over to the winter flavor lineup. If you've been worried about coffee shop prices climbing, this is a simple way to get that familiar fall flavor without paying shop prices every time the craving hits. 8. 5-foot inflatable pumpkin ghost with LED lights. Last year, this inflatable ghost sold out chain-wide by October 10th, more than 3 weeks before Halloween even arrived, leaving plenty of families scrambling to find one secondhand at double the price. Walmart is bringing back the 5-foot inflatable ghost with glowing LED eyes this year, priced between $25 and $35 depending on the version. The internal blower runs 24/7 and uses less than 40 watts of power, and it only takes about a minute to fully inflate once you plug it in. For families who like to go all out decorating the front yard for trick-or-treaters, a large inflatable decoration like this is usually the centerpiece that gets the whole neighborhood's attention and ends up in plenty of photos with kids in costume. Compared to similarly sized inflatables at specialty holiday stores, the price is usually $10 to $20 higher, since those stores factor in seasonal display costs and limited shelf space for a short window of time. The built-in LED lights make it stand out both day and night, without needing extra outdoor lighting like a lot of cheaper inflatables that only look good with additional light. Since this item tends to sell out early every year, waiting until right before the holiday to buy, pretty much guarantees you'll come up empty-handed or end up paying more elsewhere due to limited supply so close to the holiday. Don't relax just yet, because the next item has to do with protecting the very home you're decorating, and it costs less than a takeout meal. 9. On-indoor smart camera. A lot of people put off installing security cameras because they assume the upfront cost is too high. On top of installation fees and monthly cloud storage subscriptions, Walmart is selling the OWN Indoor Smart Camera for $22.96, a number lower than a takeout meal for a family of 4 on a weekend. This isn't a stripped-down version either. This camera has night vision, automatic motion detection, and lets you watch live footage from your phone anytime, anywhere, even while you're at work or traveling. The image resolution hits full HD 1080p with a wide field of view of about 130 degrees, covering nearly a whole medium-sized living room with just one camera. For older adults living alone or families with relatives far away wanting to check in on the house, a cheap but capable camera like this offers a lot of peace of mind without signing a long-term contract with a security company or paying monthly monitoring fees. A lot of users place this camera by the front door or in the living room to check on deliveries or to keep an eye on pets while nobody's home during the day. Popular smart camera brands on the market usually price a basic indoor camera above $40, not including monthly cloud storage fees that can run another $3 to $8 a month depending on the plan. Getting one for under $23 at Walmart right now is close to the lowest price you'll find for a product, with all 3 core features. And with smart device prices tending to climb year over year, now's a smart time to cover the blind spots in your home instead of waiting for prices to go back up during the holiday shopping season. 10. Rolling Mobile TV Stand. One of the most underrated upgrades in any home is simply where you place your TV. Walmart is selling a rolling mobile TV stand with a swivel mount for $60 to $70, letting you move the TV from the living room to the bedroom or out to the backyard for a party without having to take down a wall mount every single time. For multi-generational households, having a mobile stand means everyone can watch what they want in their own room, instead of fighting over the one fixed TV in the house, a pretty common scene on weekend evenings when everyone wants to watch something different. The lockable wheels keep it in place when needed, and the swivel mount lets you adjust the viewing angle no matter where you're sitting in the room, even with extra seating brought in for guests. The frame typically fits TVs from 32 to 65 inches, holding up to about 60 pounds, enough for most flat-screen TVs common in living rooms today. Compared to hiring someone to install a fixed wall mount, which usually costs an extra $70 to $100 in labor and damages the wall if you ever want to move it later, a mobile stand is a lot more flexible and costs less upfront. Comparable rolling TV stands with similar weight capacity at electronics stores usually run over $100, especially if your TV is a larger screen size needing a sturdier frame. This is the kind of product that rarely makes it onto anyone's shopping list, but it solves a very real everyday problem for a lot of households. The next item is something remote workers have quietly been hunting for months, and this price is genuinely hard to believe. 11. Electric dual motor standing desk frame. Working from home for long stretches has left a lot of people with neck and back pain from sitting for hours on end, sometimes 8 to 10 hours straight without ever standing up. Walmart is selling an electric dual motor standing desk frame priced between $89 and $94, with some batches starting as low as $69 depending on stock. This is a full steel frame with a smooth-running lift motor, adjustable in height from 28 to 47 inches, turning any flat tabletop you already own into a real sit-stand desk without buying a whole new desk, saving both space and money compared to replacing your entire office setup. For anyone glued to a computer all day, being able to stand for a few hours here and there helps take pressure off the spine and improves circulation, something a lot of orthopedic doctors recommend for office workers, especially those over 50 or with a history of lower back pain. The dual motor setup lifts more smoothly and evenly than a hand crank or single motor frame, which tends to tilt when raising wide desktops or supporting dual monitors, and it only takes about 15 seconds to go from the lowest to the highest setting. Comparable dual motor standing desk frames, sold separately without a desktop, at specialty office furniture stores usually start at $200 or more, with premium models hitting $350. Finding a real dual motor frame under $100 at Walmart is genuinely rare, and this is usually the kind of product that sells out completely once the busy work from home season kicks back in at the start of the new year. 12. On 256GB micro SDXC card. If your phone or dash cam keeps flashing a storage full warning, it's time to check out the small accessories rack near the entrance. Walmart is selling a 256GB ON micro SDXC card for $29 to $39, a price you used to only see for much lower capacity cards, like a 128GB card from the same brand that ran close to this same price just a few years ago. With 256 gigabytes, you've got enough room for thousands of photos, hundreds of hours of high-definition video, or months of dash cam footage without ever needing to delete anything, which is great for anyone who travels a lot or records regularly on long drives. The card's read speed hits about 100 megabytes per second, fast enough for smooth 4K video recording without frame drops, a bar that not every budget card can clear. Comparable high-capacity cards from familiar electronics brands usually run over $50, sometimes hitting $70, if you buy them at a phone store accessory counter instead of online. That's a pretty significant gap. And for something small and easy to carry like a memory card, this is worth stocking up on a few at once since electronics accessory prices rarely stay put for long, especially with storage technology changing every year and older card models often getting discontinued without warning. 13. Hanes 3-pack socks. Not everything on this list needs to be bulky or high-tech to matter. Walmart is selling a 3-pack of Hanes socks for just $3 to $6, a number so small, a lot of people walk right past it on the shelf without noticing how much the price has actually dropped. But this isn't just a cheap item. It's close to the lowest price you'll ever see for a well-known brand known for durability and breathable fabric. Cheap socks tend to be thin, stretch out fast, and wear through at the heel after just a few washes, sometimes falling apart in under 2 months, while Hanes holds its shape much longer thanks to a cotton blend with about 5% spandex for stretch, usually lasting a full year with proper care. For larger families, buying a few packs at once while the price is low saves a good amount compared to buying single pairs whenever you're in a pinch, especially at the start of the school year when kids go through socks fast as their feet keep growing. This is the kind of item that's easy to forget on a shopping list, but small purchases like this added up over the course of a year are exactly what makes a real difference in your household budget. All 13 of these items share one thing in common. The current price isn't going to stick around forever. Smart shopping isn't about chasing every single sale out there. It's about recognizing the moment prices actually hit rock bottom before they start climbing back up.